Hey y'all, hope y'all made good on your test, and I hope you're ready for some math notes today. I know you are. But before we get started, I read something today that I thought was kind of funny. My mom, like your mom, probably always told you that I wouldn't accomplish anything by laying in bed all day. But I called my mom today and I told her, look at me now, Mom, I'm saving the world. And then today, me and my dog were talking, and this is only my third day of being at home. And he looked at me and he said, now you know why I chew things here. I'm bored. Being at home is no fun when you can't go anywhere. All right. Moving on to today's notes. We are still going to be solving two-step equations, except now we're going to have rationales, which means we're going to have negative, positives, fractions, that kind of sort of thing. So it's still going to be the same process though, so no panic. All right, equations with rational numbers can be solved just like any other equation. So any equation. That's awful. Let's rewrite that. What y'all say, hey? All right. But you must follow the rules for integer operations. So integer operations. All right, let's explain what all that means. It means that if we are adding integers, if the two values have the same sign, then we are going to add and use the same sign. And there's some examples below. If the signs are different, then we are going to do what? Subtract. Yes, I know you have your calculator and you don't think you need to know all these, but you actually do. Okay, we've already covered all these. This is just a little bit of a review. The second part, subtracting integers. We are going to rewrite the problem to add the opposite. It's opposite. Then we are going to follow the rules for adding integers. This is the same exact stuff that we have been doing. That equals -1, that equals -1, that equals -20, that equals -20, that equals 5, and that equals 5. All right? Multiplying and dividing integers. We're going to multiply or divide the two numbers. If the signs are the same, then the answer is going to be positive. And if the signs are different, then the answer is going to be negative. Okay? All right. Go down here and solve all these problems. Yes, you have your calculator, but I'll go ahead and do them for you. That is going to be -25, -27. Look at me, I could do all these in my head. I hope you can too. That is -19. They're the same sign, so they're two negatives, so it's +72. They are different signs, so it's going to be -42. They are different, that means to divide, so the answer is going to be -6. They are the same, so the answer is going to be 5. Okay, easy enough. We've already done that, plus you have your calculator now. Now, let's flip over and go to the back. More two-step equations. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right. Exactly what we've been doing, the same exact thing. All right, so let me zoom in. Like terms. There you go, there you go. What is the opposite? We're going to subtract 9. Those cancel. I'm left with -4k equals 23. I'm going to divide by -4. And you are going to get, those are your left. You're left with k equals -5.75 or -5 3/4, whichever one you like. Okay? Yes, you can have a fraction or decimal as an answer. That is very possible. Okay? How would you check your work? You're going to take the answer that you got, which was 5 3/4, and you're going to plug it back into the equation. So you're going to take -4, and then what we got for k, which was -5.75 plus 9, does that equal 32? Put the question mark because I'm asking, does it? Okay? Well, when you work that out on your handy dandy calculator, you're going to end up getting 23 plus 9, which is 32. Does 32 equal 32? Check, it does. Okay? So that answer is correct. All right? Again, same exact thing. We're going to find like terms. What is the opposite of -14? Add 14 to both sides. Those cancel. Left with x over 2 is going to equal 34. X divided by 2, what is the opposite? Multiplication. Those cancel. Left with x equals 68. Okay. How do I see if I have the correct answer? I just plug it back in. So I'm going to put 68 where x was over 2 minus 14. Does that equal 20? Okay. 68 divided by 2 is 34 minus 14. That is 20. So does 20 equal 20? Check. It does. So the answer is correct. But all you have to do is put what I underline right here in yellow in your calculator, or oops, not the whole thing, just that part, and it'll tell you if it equals 20 or not. Okay, I'll do that side too. Oops, not that side. There you go, right there. Okay. All right, let's go down to the bottom. Substitute. If you don't mind pausing this, give them about 5 minutes or so to work these 6 problems out, and then come back and I'll work them out for them. So just pause it for about 5 or so minutes and let them work it out. All right, welcome back. I hope you got all of them correct. But if you did not, here we go. All right, like terms. What is the opposite of adding 8? I'm going to take it to that side first of all. Why? Because I'm going to get it away from the variable. I hope you're aware of that and know that already. What is the opposite of adding 8? Subtracting 8. So what happens to those 8s? I hope you know they go away. I'm left with 3x is going to equal -18. Next step, divide by 3. And I'm going to be left with x is going to equal -6. Number 12. Again, the same process, like terms. Take -10 to the other side. How do I do that? I add. Those cancel. Left with -2x equals 25. -2 times x. So what is the opposite? Dividing by -2. Those go away, and I'm left with x is going to equal -12.5 or -12 1/2. Either one, whichever way you like. I think your calculator will probably spit it out as a fraction, so that's probably the way you'll answer it. Remember how to convert it from a fraction to a decimal if you need to, is you press the second button on your calculator and then the F to D button. All right. Again, same exact thing. Like terms. Take the 7 to the other side. How do I get it to the other side? That's absolutely correct. Subtract 7 from both sides. Those are going to go away, and I'm going to be left with x over 6 is going to equal negative 18. X divided by 6, how do I get rid of that? Well, I multiply, do the opposite. And I'm going to be left with x is going to equal negative 108. All right. Same type of problem right here. Like terms, 20 to the other side because we're going away from the variable. I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. Those cancel. I'm left with x over negative 3 is going to equal 10. What is the opposite of x divided by negative 3? Yeah, it's to multiply by negative 3. That's absolutely correct. Notice the negative sign went with the 3. It is part of it, okay? You're left with x equals negative 30. All right, again, 2 more. Like terms, there we go. Taking the 7 to the other side. What is the opposite of positive 7? Subtract 7. Those cancel. I'm left with negative 2x is going to equal negative 39. Whoops. There we go. Negative 2 times x. How do I get rid of that? I divide by a negative 2. I'm going to be left with x is going to equal positive 19.5. Or, if you like to write it as a fraction, 19.5. Either or. Why is it positive? Because 2 negatives make a positive. All right, and the last one, or not the last one, but the second to last one. Like terms, take negative 15 to the other side. How to do that? Add 15 to both sides. Those cancel. I'm going to be left with x over negative 2 is going to equal 20. That's a... All right. I'm going to multiply by negative 2. And I'm going to be left with x is going to equal negative 40. Any questions? That's actually a positive 40. There you go. All right. Oh, I see where I messed up. I was wondering. Got my negative sign right there. There we go. All right. Moving down to the bottom. Margot solves several equations and then states that all of them have a solution of x equals 7. However, Kenneth disagrees. Determine which of the following equations has a solution of x equals 7 and then justify your response. So we just need to work them all out, okay? All right, so I'm going to work them out right there below them. All right, like terms, we're going to subtract 11 from both sides. And I'm going to be left with, those are going to cancel, I'm going to be left with 6x is going to equal 44. All right. And then I am going to divide by 6. X is going to equal 7 point something. I don't have a calculator on me. It's not 7 exactly, so it's not A. All right, B. Let's see if B is. Okay, going to add 18 to both sides. Those are going to cancel. I'm going to be left with negative 3x equals 57. I'll go ahead and tell you that one ain't going to equal 7 because 3 divided by negative 3 divided by is a whole lot. I believe it's 19. And so that one's not it either because that's negative 19. So we're going to add 14 to both sides on this one. Those are going to cancel. I'm left with 2x equals negative 14 divided by 2. X equals negative 7. Nope, because that equals negative 7. We want a positive 7. Subtract 9. Go away. I'm left with 7x equals 49. Well, I believe I found the one. X equals 7. There's your justification, is your work. Okay? All right, that is your notes for today. Your homework or classwork or whatever it is what you got yesterday after your quiz, if you got it. If not, then the substitute will have a copy for you to get today. Do that in class. If you get done, please act like you are not done and stay quiet and busy. Okay? Some of you will not finish, so if you do not finish it, obviously it's homework that will be due on Monday. Okay? All right, that will be it for today. Y'all have a great and wonderful weekend, and the really good news is that when I talk to you again, it'll be Monday, and I will be back on Friday, and that is very exciting that you get to see me again. I cannot wait to see you guys. Cannot wait. Again, check your eye now. See if you have missing grades. If you have a missing test or quiz, when I get back, I will let you make that up. If you have missing assignments that are not quizzes or tests, go ahead and get those made up. Okay? All right, guys. Y'all have a great and wonderful weekend. I will see y'all on the flip side.